Is it even worth it anymore? That's the question I've been asking myself, especially over the past few months. I'm going to say, yes, it absolutely is. Here's why. But first, here are some notes. Yo guys, Jack Gardiner here, and I hope you enjoyed that little solo at the beginning there. That was a track called Mugen featuring the incredible Henrik Linder on bass. Just an absolute dream to play with. But yeah, over the past few months, those of you that follow me know already that I've been releasing original music, a ton of singles accompanied by music videos from pretty much all of them, and then an EP recently, just 2 weeks ago. And it got me thinking, is this actually worth doing anymore, especially with like the rise of AI and all that kind of stuff? I just want to say a massive, massive thank you to all of you that have even clicked on those videos, let alone listened through to the full tracks. And for those of you that have supported me as well, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, it means the absolute world to me. If you do want to support, then now is probably the best time. I'm running a 30% off everything, all my lessons, masterclasses, neural DSP presets, original music, etc. for Black Friday. That's going to end on December 3rd, so I'll leave some links down below if you do want to check that out. There's also 33% off yearly memberships on Music Bro too. Now that that's out of the way, I want to talk about the actual process. Recently I've seen a ton of videos of AI music, and I'm seeing even guitar-based things like fusion tracks that actually sound pretty okay, but within those songs I hear guitar playing and lines from loads of my favorite players, and I'm pretty sure that they haven't given permission for that AI to be trained on their playing. I was actually even reached out to by one of these AI companies, I won't say who it was, and for the price of $500 I was asked to do a video showing how cool it is and how it can be used as a creative tool, and how it's got a bit of a bad rep at the moment, but they wanted me to say nothing but positive things about it. I was kind of like, you know what, $500, really? Is it worth selling my soul for that? I want to assure you that for me it kind of kicked in this feeling of I always want to be playing with other musicians. Like, I love playing live. That's where I grew up on from the age of 18 to 24. That's pretty much all I did. I wasn't on YouTube. I wasn't on social media. Made me really think about what I want to do in the future, especially in the past year. I've been concentrating so hard on these songs, and believe me, there are times where I felt like, what is the point? In terms of original music itself, does it bring in any cash? The simple answer is no, but it kind of acts as a business card. So for those of you who are out there wondering, shall I continue writing original music? Is there any point anymore? It would be very easy to get into this kind of doom and gloom mentality where you're thinking, AI can spit out this super quickly. What's the point in me learning and practicing? I will say to you, now is the best time to actually be playing an instrument, Remember all of those feelings that you get when you first picked up the instrument, all of the music that you listened to and you absolutely loved it, inspired you to play these kind of weird niche genres that maybe some of us are playing, especially for a guy like me. I'm playing instrumental guitar music, probably the most niche of the niche, if you want to say that. And believe me, it doesn't earn money in that sense. It's a terrible business decision, but it's for the fun of it, and it's the things that it can lead to. Got me thinking about priorities. I really, really want to play with other human beings. It brings me on to the next point, and that is that I'm going to be on tour in Asia in early 2026 with some of my favorite musicians on the planet. I've got Henrik Linder on bass. I have Rob Araujo on keys. Insane. and Porter Blike on drums, an amazing drummer from the US. And we're basically going to be touring Asia. You know, we have a few countries already that we've got in mind, China, India, places like that. But if you are interested in booking us, then I would check out the links down below. I'll leave an email address there if you want to get in touch. That's kind of what I want to do. And again, touring, loads of people have told me this is a terrible idea, you know, you'll never be able to recover the cash, but I want to play with other musicians as much as possible, not necessarily with machines. You know, my original music, I never ever want to be using AI as my main source of inspiration. I never want that to kind of take over. I know it's going to lead to people writing songs via AI and then just recreating them and stuff like that, but where's the fun in it, you know? Songs take a long time to come together sometimes, but I think that's the fun. It's being creative. It's actually using your kind of flow and energy to create something that's unique for you. That's exactly what I've focused on this year, and I'm hoping to continue to do that. You know, the EP, Urushi, has been released, collaborating with lots of my favorite players, and believe me, even though some of them sound like AI machines, they are all human beings expressing in their own unique way, and that's kind of what I want to do. And that's my advice to all of you out there who are wondering about original music. Should I do this or should I, you know, give it up? No, I'd say now is the best time. Keep that human element going. You know, I see when I've been super busy with all of this stuff, I'll scroll through social media sometimes and I'll see all of these videos going viral, or, you know, things like the algorithm seem to have changed. And like, I feel sometimes like a pressure of, oh my God, I've got to post, you know, I need to do the lessons, I need to do X, Y, Z. And it's hard to find time, believe me, having two little kids, traveling all the time, doing these music videos, stuff like that. It's very, very difficult to be able to sit there and prioritize. But right at this moment, that is what I'm kind of thinking. I want to play as much as possible with other people in a live environment. That doesn't mean to say I'm not going to be doing lessons. There are tons of things to come, and there are some interesting ones already out there if you want to check down below. But just to let you guys know, that's kind of where I'm at, and I apologize for not posting necessarily the lessons as regularly as usual here. Believe me, there's a lot of that to come in the next few months. But I just wanted to kind of give you that update and share my thoughts. This video hasn't been scripted in any way. Like, it's just me sitting down in front of the camera and telling you how I feel, really. You know, and in terms of those of you that follow me already, then I must just say a massive thank you for sticking around all of this time. Massive thank you for checking out the tracks. If you want to support in any way, then the easiest thing to do is to just click on one of those music videos and click like. Leave a comment if you want to. You don't even have to do that, but it all just helps to get the music out there, especially in this very, very niche genre. The last thing I want to say is kind of like a catch-up, you know, like what's been going on over here. So other than traveling, doing all of these music videos, there's been a lot of work with guys like Neural DSP, Ibanez, you know, Laney as well. All of the companies that have kind of supported me, and I've used their stuff for a very long time. Lots of you out there will know that, you know, I've had a great relationship with Ibanez Neural DSP for years now. Diodario, I always pronounce that wrong. Dadario, sorry to the guys out there. What else? Laney, you know, Hugo, Sierro, the pickups, and it's been fun doing these clinics, and I think that kind of inspired me to do this original music more. Last time we were out on tour was, you know, 2 years ago now with Jack and Owain, and it's something that I've kind of craved and missed. Hence, this new stuff is coming, and hence I hopefully can visit some of you guys. In the past month, I was in Japan actually for a month. I got to play at the Nagoya dealers meeting for Ibanez, where it was for all of the Asian distributors. That was so much fun. For Tama as well, that was. Played at the party. Very nerve-wracking, but ton of fun to meet the guys there. We had a blast. What else did I do? I did the pop-up shop in Harajuku in Tokyo with Neural DSP. Thank you to all of you that came down to both the performances with the band, performances where I played alone, and even with Lisa X, which was a really cool experience. It kind of blew me away, and again, it gave me that feeling of I love interacting with you guys in real life and playing live. It's the thing I think I've missed for so long. You know, I also got to meet Marty Friedman, an absolute legend. Got to watch him perform. He, thankfully invited me down to watch Nanase Aikawa. I hope I'm not butchering that name, but an amazing J-rock or J-pop artist. We got to hang. Marty, if you ever watch this, massive thanks to you, and thank you for getting me on to all of this cool stuff. There's insane amounts of music out there that I didn't realize even existed in a lot of cases, and to see the passion of those fans watching was insane for me. So melodic, so groovy as well. The musicians just outstanding. I think that's one thing that Japan as well taught me. Those of you who know me already know that I absolutely love Japan as a country, as a place. It's my favorite place in the universe, really. And spending time there, it made me think, I wish I lived here all the time, meeting so many cool musicians, doing sessions for them, getting to jam with them, recordings, things like that. It's just an insane place, and I cannot wait to be back there. So a massive shout out to all of you over in Japan for making that trip so special, especially to Neural and to Ibanez too. That was insane. Plans for the next few months? Maybe there's some secret things coming out very, very soon. Keep your eyes peeled around the middle of December. And then, like I say, touring next year with Henrik Linder on bass, absolute legend, Rob Araujo on keys, and of course Porter Blique on drums. Insane musicians, and I can't wait to play a lot of this new material for you on that tour. Yeah, I don't know what else to say really, other than to sum it all up. Is it worth it from a financial point of view? Absolutely not. Basically anything that I earn from doing my lessons or, courses, downloadable things, has basically gone straight back into this, paying for music videos, paying for the travel to do that, paying for all the musicians, paying for accommodation, things like this, paying for my brother from another Owain doing an insane job with the production and the mixing, and even sometimes mastering, and of course Pierre Danel, who's done a lot of the mastering on this new stuff too. Another insane musician, insane player, insane engineer. It's a lot that you outlay, but the hope is that this enables me to come and meet all of you guys and actually play this stuff live in the coming years, especially with the rise of kind of the AI and the instant gratification of being able to just make music in a kind of, a prompt. Guys, my name is Jack Gardiner. I hope you've enjoyed this kind of little rant / catch up. I just want to say a massive thank you again for all of your support, sticking around all of these years. Honestly, it means the world to me. There's times when I feel really low about a lot of this stuff. I don't mind admitting that. It's hard being a musician in the modern world. Reading through your comments or emails or things like that, it always makes me just feel like maybe it's worth it, Thank you so much. My name is Jack Gardiner. Until next time, cheers.